Welcome. Welcome to Third Coast Sports TV. I'm your host, Winks. Talk sports, love sports, enjoy sports. And today we will be discussing the Houston Texans 2019 schedule for this upcoming season. As it stands right now, it looks like this year is going to end up being a doozy. But before we get into today's topic, I'm going to allow some of you guys to go ahead and get in here before and do our daily roll call. Let's see who we get in here. Notification should be getting sent out pretty soon. Make sure everybody gets their love, man. Amazon sending out the notifications. I don't see anybody popping up as it stands right now. One of YouTube is on their foolishness. All right, good. What's good, Ashmail? Welcome back to the stream, man. It was taking a little bit to come in. I've been live for like a full minute, and you're the only person that's in here right now. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to go ahead and get in here before we talk about the upcoming schedule for the season. I don't know what's going on with the notifications. I'm not sure how it's working. Take me a sip of my drink. Gotta wait for some more people to go ahead and come in here. Damn, what's taking on? It didn't show the notification. It popped in my subscriptions tab. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why the hell, it's not sending out any notifications or anything like that. Because it popped up. It was popping up in the last thing for everybody else. On the last video, did you get a notification? Or were you just browsing? Yeah, I got it. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand how you're the only person who get it, who got a notification so far. But how's the screen look? Does it look like, do you see the schedule in the right? Because I want to make sure that everything, as far as the graphics and everything is up, you can see it. Okay. All right, cool. All right, cool. That's one thing I can say about this app. I can do a little bit more than what I was able to do on the YouTube app itself. But what I'm not understanding is why the hell I don't have more people in here when they just looked at my video, on the last one. That doesn't make any sense to me. We're gonna try to figure something out, man. See what can be done about this. Want to be able to tweet this stream out, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it from here. But everybody that's in the stream, welcome to the stream. It says we got 2 people in here right now as it stands right now, and then we're getting 3 people. I guess more people are getting ready to start coming in. I don't know what's going on with this slow, because I let everybody know in the last video that I was gonna be going live like right away. Just had to get a couple of things set up and had to tweet out the flyer for tomorrow's draft party that we're gonna be having on Soft Sports, and it's gonna be live. The whole draft for the first 2 days are gonna be live, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. I might end up going live on Saturday for picks on the 4th. That probably will be set aside from the Softs, but I'll definitely be on tomorrow night for the Softs. Man, what the hell is up with these people dropping off? What the hell is going on? Just had way more people coming in here than this. I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, so we getting more people. As y'all come in here, y'all go ahead and comment, man, because I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if YouTube is sending y'all notifications and things like that. Any roundtable members, if y'all in here, hit everybody up in the chat and let them know I'm streaming right now. Because I didn't get to put it in the chat right before I went live. All right. Yeah, because everything is good. I'm not sure why, shit isn't popping up. And letting it be known that other people are joining the stream. Everything looks good on my end. Yeah, they do. I don't know why they're not sending out the notifications, because there's no reason that only 2 people should be in here after me being live like 6 minutes. It almost makes me want to take down the entire video and restart, because I want to be able to give people high quality stuff, and I don't want to be waiting around for several minutes just to give people their shout outs and then get into today's topic if they're not going to do their part and send out the notifications. So now it's 4 people in here, but you the only one in here commenting. Y'all let me know, and y'all smash that like button as y'all get in here. I see it's starting to pick up a little bit now, but see, it just dropped right back off. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube does this, man. I really don't. I don't know why they do this. They know they can send because when you go back and when I go look at my numbers, they only send out like 10 to 12% of the notifications, to people who are subscribed to your channel. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you not send out a notification to everybody who subscribed to me? Not only does it help the views, it helps the algorithms of everything that I'm trying to accomplish by having this channel. But I think they're trying to phase out a lot of the smaller channels. That's exactly why they tried to make a way on their recent update to not allow people to go live or do live streams anymore on the YouTube app if they don't meet a certain criteria. So for any of you guys that are up and coming and want to start doing YouTube videos like that, if y'all get the Streamlabs app, that's another way that you guys will be able to stream across various platforms. With this, if you have a Twitch, you'll be able to do it for Twitch, you'll be able to do it for Mixer, and you can also do it for YouTube. I believe they can win, but they haven't made any big moves, they believe. Yeah, they haven't made any moves. They haven't made any moves that's going to change the franchise going forward. I haven't even gotten into, the schedule or anything like that, because there's not enough people in here, and I don't know why YouTube isn't sending out any of the notifications so that I can give people their shout outs and we can get on into the next segment talking about the upcoming season. It's damn near 10 minutes into the stream, and it's back down to like 2 people, and YouTube isn't doing their job and sending me out notifications. Tweet that you're live. They might have. I already let people know I was live, but let me see real quick, because I might just have to tweet it. All right, everything should be good. Jay, what's up? What up? Yeah, I just tweeted out, man. I just tweeted out. I'm not sure if the screen froze or anything like that. I didn't receive a notification either. Yeah, it's bullshit. I had just did a video like 15 minutes ago doing my latest mock draft. D Pritch, what's good? I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this, man. I don't know why it's not sending out any notifications to anybody. I mean, it seemed like, it looks like, people are starting to get them, or people are just browsing around, or people that follow me on social media are probably finding their way to the stream. But it's no reason that YouTube should be doing what they're doing right now. Did the stream start over? Because my time is reloaded. It's coming back for like 40-something seconds. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure when I clicked off and sent out my tweet that the time restarted. Y'all let me know when I clicked off just to send out a tweet, did the stream go off? Because I'm not entirely sure what happened. But shout out to Jay, shout out to Ashmel, shout out to Thomas Brown. Welcome to the stream once again. It's been a little while. I've been having so much shit to do. Same old stream? Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. The stream just buffered when you went off and came back. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, all right. All right. No problem. I appreciate y'all coming through, showing your support. I appreciate that way more. Giving y'all the content and stuff like that is the easy part. When I'm able to do it, because I've been able the last few weeks, man. Kids been running them up. I try to get y'all quality without them making so much damn noise in the background, and I gotta have some peace. D Love, what's good? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, hey, everybody that's in here, let me know if YouTube. How did y'all get on? Did YouTube send y'all notifications or what? Because I've been live. On top of this, yeah, I've been busy as hell, man, and because if you count this on top of where I was at before I sent out that tweet, because I see it's 8 people, I see it's more people starting to get in here now, and I'm spending more time talking about people getting in here than actually talking about the video at hand. You know, so I won't be surprised if I end up getting a fucking thumbs down on this video because I didn't get to the point quick enough. Texans need to throw a second round for Pat Pete if he's trying to leave shit. If we get Pat Pete, I wouldn't mind if the Texans. Yeah, man, hey. You get greedy, and then somehow you're able to throw away one of them second round picks away to get hell, a third. I would give a third. I think at this part of his career, better players of his stature have went for less, like third and fourth round picks. So, like Marcus Peters leads the league in interceptions among corners over the last 4 or 5 years, and he only went for like a fourth round pick. So if you can get a player that's way younger, that has about the same, it has more interception production than Patrick Peterson, who's a shutdown corner, who's pretty much number one in most people's eyes, I see no reason as to why we would have to spend an upwards of a second round pick on a player that's, 29, 30 years old. That's just me, though. Not that I wouldn't do it, but it's just that, does it really make sense to do it when players of the same type of value have went for less? Leave it to the Houston Texans to overpay and give up that type of draft spot for a player who's probably going to be in the league another 6-7 years. What's good? Hey, Wise, man, hit everybody up in the chat once again and let them know I'm going live, man, because YouTube was tripping. They wasn't sending out notifications for the video or nothing like that, man. Yeah, hopefully we can get Bryce Love. The running back? I don't know about Bryce Love, man, coming off of his injury. I mean, you better off going after a player like Justice Hill or somebody like that. I don't want any more players coming off of any injuries and this team having to work with somebody coming off of injuries. We've done that enough. And when do we get away from the old guard and start something new and build off of guys not having to nurse injuries to where they can be actually learn football? We've done that quite enough, and I'm quite frankly, I'm sick of that. How you feel about the Texans trading County for Oakland 4th overall? If they were able to pull that off, it would be great. Apparently, Greedy is poor tackling. Not from what I've seen. I mean, I could be wrong. There's a lot of video out there on Greedy to make all sorts of assessments, but tackling has not really been. Tackling, ferocity, breaking on the ball, taking angles has not really been a problem that I've seen from Greedy. But, you know, leave it to these supposed guys to know what the hell they're talking about. You know, I think they call them experts. They get paid to really lie to fans on a consistent basis and feed them all kind of bullshit to sell them on players that they know that aren't good. You know, leave it to Mel Kiper to really tell you who's good and who's not. Greedy is poor tackling. D-Love, he needs to put on a little weight. Yeah, I agree he needs to put on a little weight, but he's gonna put that on. What makes people think that these dudes are gonna remain the same weight as they come in from rookies and they're not gonna gain weight over time? Like, he can very well get an extra 10 pounds on him before the season starts, and that's very capable, especially now that you have Brian Cushing in the fucking lineup. You know, as you know, guys are letting dudes work each other out. If you got to give him a little bit of juice to get him started, I mean, who's to know? As long as he don't get caught, I could care less. Slime, what's good? What's good, man? It's enough people in here right now, so we're gonna go ahead and get to the topic at hand, which is the Houston Texans 2019 schedule. And we're gonna talk about the home games as well as the away games where they're playing. We're gonna talk about some of the primetime spots and why they don't have as many primetime spots as they did last year. Things can't always change. So, that's the way that the schedule is. It just depends on the way that the Houston Texans are playing throughout the season. They may end up taking somebody else's spot who's not playing up to snuff. The NFL does this every year and always puts somebody in for a game that they don't deserve, and they like that matchup a hell of a lot better. I don't want us for the Texans to pass on Greedy for an O lineman, and we drafted a left tackle. Andre Dillard was who I would want in the first round. Him and Jawan Taylor. If they're there, we can go ahead and get them. But I expanded on all of that in my last video. If y'all want to see my latest mock draft, make sure y'all check this video out after this live stream is over. Excuse me. And you guys will see, some of the draft prospects I was able to get, with no trades or nothing. But I want to go ahead and get to the Houston Texans schedule. And as it stands right now, what's good, Kenan? Let's go ahead. Let me go back and look at the editor. And I want to see this schedule real quick. Now, as it stands right now, the preseason schedule, I'm not really gonna go over that right now. I'm not really even gonna pay any attention to that. But right out of the gate, we have to go against one of the best quarterbacks, top 3 quarterback in the league as it stands right now. He's a little bit on the latter part of his career, but playing against Drew Brees in the Superdome has not really been a place that we've really thrived in, over the last few years. True enough, every time we play the Saints, even in the Matt Schaub years, we were always very competitive. And the only times we really beat Drew Brees down were over the last few years when, New Orleans really wasn't that good. When we beat them in 2015, when J.J. Watt went off and had all kind of sacks and was calling out the linemen, let's just be real. He did that against a team that they didn't have Ryan Ramczyk. They didn't have Armstead. They didn't have all of these guys right now. And they definitely didn't have the running attack that they have at this very moment. So, as it stands right now, going off our history of going able to play against the Superdome, as it stands right now, and what this team has not done for Deshaun Watson in terms of his protection, because I seen it a couple of streams ago on South Sports. Shout out to Honcho and everybody else in the round table. Tenny Wise, Ray, Parrish, Braylon, Phoenix, Sticky, everybody who's a part of the plan, and Hector. It's kind of crazy to see that fans were talking about, who, like, they were pretty much saying, like, who the hell is going to block J.J. Watt and stuff like that. Bro, they got Ryan Ramczyk. They got Armstead. They got a lot of guys. They O-line is one of the best in the business. And the fact that you have real options for Drew Brees to throw to, and you have a dynamic running attack, I see no reason. And then and come on, it's Sean Payton. Sean Payton knows what he's doing, and he's a far better coach. And the main reason why I'm saying this game is going to be a loss for us as it stands, because this is pre-draft now. This is pre-draft analysis, and this is just me right now in April before they play the snap. As I see it right now with the way that this team is built, and regardless of who we pick up tomorrow, I just feel like certain vulnerability is going to end up being shown because we have a lackluster head coach. I think he's 24th in the league, and I've already given you the coaches a few months ago. If you think otherwise, I've already said who's better than him and who he's not better than when it comes to coaching at an NFL level. But before I get in that, I'm going to read a couple of you guys' comments. Jonah Williams is plummeted down draft boards. I'm not surprised. You think I'm crazy, but I got us beating the Patriots at home. Yeah, I do think you're crazy, D-Love. That's not happening. Did you forget who's on our defense? Oh, obviously you have. Kenneth, it always happens to certain players. Yeah, you're right. It does. Yeah, D-Love, somebody must be clowning you. Saints are 0-6 since 2013 playing week 1. So what? That doesn't mean anything. You realize history does change when people play against the Houston Texans, right, D. Pritch? Don't take none of that shit into consideration. Yeah, them and the Patriots, but when it's all said and done, they're gonna end up being better than you down the stretch. So how a team starts has nothing to do with the way they finish. it would be great for us to start right out against a team, especially a team like New Orleans, to go into a division rival game against, the Jacksonville Jaguars, which I'm about to get in that game in a second, because you're going to need all the momentum you can going into that Week 3 game against the Chargers, which is going to be a long trip. But we'll get into that when those games come. And Dreams is going to have a field day with the secondary, absolutely. How many times do we have to hear Billy O say it starts with me, bro? We're going to hear that as long as he's here. But that's up to the Houston Texans to decide when they're tired of hearing the same old bullshit. When they get tired of it, then we'll see. History always changes against us. And that's what I'm going to get back into. Like, Drew Brees, when his teams have been good, he's dominated the Houston Texans. True enough, we were in the game in 2011, and it came down to the wire, and Matt Sharp made a stupid-ass pass, and it ended up getting intercepted or whatever it was. But that's a long time ago. We were in the game, and they couldn't contain Andre Johnson, and I doubt they're going to be able to contain DeAndre Hopkins along with a few other guys. And we'll probably be able to get a whole lot done, especially having Deshaun Watson as the QB going into a season where he doesn't have to nurse any injury. But I just feel like when it all boils down to it, Bill O'Brien's going to cost us that game. If he doesn't cost us the game, the secondary will in the fourth quarter. I can almost guarantee it. Well, we're going to move on to Week 2, and that's against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that game can really be a toss-up just depending on if they don't have enough injuries, if their O-line is healthy this season, and depending on the report that Nick Foles is going to end up having with his receivers. He will end up having a much better tandem than he did. So I really see a situation where the Jacksonville Jaguars can be along the 10-6 line that they were a couple of years ago. I don't see them laying down, and I see them at the end of the part of the season. I just feel like that's when Nick Foles really shines. He may start off bad because as it stands right now, I have us winning the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars until we actually see some real cohesion on the field with this football team. Week 3, against the Chargers, man, we don't play well against the Chargers. We never have played well against the Chargers. While we have been competitive, the last couple of times we have played the Chargers, Phillip Rivers owns us. We only have one win, and that was against them in 2013, the very first game on Monday Night Football when Cushing got that pick late in the game. If he doesn't jump that ball and take it in for 6, we don't win that game because that game was a wash before halftime. And we just so happened to come back, win the game, which is, I'm going to be frank, the Colts win a couple of years ago with Brock Osweiler was amazing because we put up a crazy amount of points in a short time period. So that was probably our best comeback ever. But next to that, hands down, the Chargers game that night was hands down the best comeback we've ever had, because it's very irrefutable. Thank you, Wing. History change again. I know how you feel. We're not going to do this shit, but if you take it to the playoffs, who would that be? Let me move this. If you had a best-case scenario to get to the playoffs, the best-case scenario is to let go of this head coach and change this franchise, from top to bottom. And I think the Chargers are going to smack us, bro. They're going to be able to eat. Bro, Ingram just got a new contract, too. Bosa finna eat. Bosa, bro, Derwin James, Casey Hayward, them dudes is, man, I'm telling you, man, they about to eat on us. And the fact is, Phillip Rivers knows how to play the Houston Texans, and we got to go all the way to the West Coast. Yeah, that's going to be, man, I'm telling you, that game right there, we're going to get our ass handed to us. That's just my personal opinion. Next week against the Carolina Panthers, I'm going to put it to you like this. The only way we win that game is if Cam Newton is not playing. Cam Newton has owned this football team since he's been in the league. He played in Houston, beat us. Played in against us a few years ago in Carolina, beat us. He knows this is not a team that Cam Newton is going to have a tough time playing. As long as his arm and everything is good enough, and all we can do is hope that injuries plague a couple of these teams early on, because that's the only way. But I can't even say that, because teams have beat this football team with third string quarterbacks, been coached up right in a short time period, and beat us 27-0. So to sit here and act like the Houston Texans don't suffer a deficit somewhere along the line in every season is an absolute beast. Then we got to turn right back around and then play their division division foe. So as it stands right now, I can't even really say that that game is gonna have a question mark on it on the Panthers game. But as that week comes, that game will be solely dependent upon Cam Newton playing the game. If he plays, we lose. If he doesn't play, we win. That's just how I feel about it. The Atlanta Falcons. The last time we played the Falcons, it was a bloodbath. It was a bloodbath, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if Clowney doesn't play, expect that bloodbath to get even worse, especially if Devontae Freeman is. The only reason why that game won't be as potent as it was last time is because they lost Tevin Coleman. But if they get somebody behind Devontae Freeman that can spell very well when he has to go down, or because if we talking schematically, that team is a little bit too much. You got Matt Ryan who can put the ball down the field. Is he a choke artist? Absolutely. We are playing in Houston, which is a good thing. But honestly, I don't know, man. I see the Falcons beating us that game. I see them getting a lot. I don't see them having the same amount of injuries that they had last season. And I think they can only bolster their roster, and they're going to be able to get shit done. That's just how I feel. Calvin really is going to be a problem. Hooper is going to be a problem for this football team. And so is Julio Jones. And depending on a team like that could very well get a guy like DK Metcalf. Then what are you going to do? What's going on, Webb Badass? What's going on, Wise? Yeah, Joshua, what's good? Man, I just don't know, man. As it stands right now, I got us taking a loss to the Falcons, man. And we're going to get into the next week, and that's against the Kansas City Chiefs. Bro, we finna get smoked by this team. Oh, quick news, side note. Tyreek Hill is not getting suspended, and he is not suffering any charges. So for everybody who was talking about, Tyreek Hill ain't playing for the season, news flash, he is. So you can count that shit out, and ain't nobody on our team going to be able to cover him deep, period. Him, and if they end up getting a guy, that's worth it, they could... The Chiefs are in a position where they could fucking very well, he's cleared. Yeah, so it's nothing that none of y'all can say. All y'all who was talking all that shit about why should we be scared of Kansas City, for one, they got better coaching. For two, they got a better head coach. They got a better defensive head coach right now. They got a better defensive coordinator. I said defensive head coach. The fuck was I thinking? My bad. They got not so much better quarterback play. Where the quarterbacks can be evenly matched, but Mahomes has a better repertoire with his dudes because they can actually stay on the field. The only guy who has shown an ability to stay on the field consistently is DeAndre Hopkins. So by then, it's no telling what the situation will end up being with this Houston offense, especially if the play calling isn't right. So yeah, we do have the answer. We do have the answer. I'm not saying we don't. I like both QBs because they both bring something to the table. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want anybody to think I'm shitting on Deshaun Watson when I'm saying what I'm saying. I would never say that. What I am saying is Deshaun Watson doesn't have the benefits that Mahomes has. He doesn't have a tight end like Kelsey. That they can find another running back, plug and play him, and he's going to be just fine. I honestly think they're going to end up being in a situation where they're going to end up having one of the top 5 running attacks depending on who they draft. Because right now, as it stands, they need a strong safety, they need a running back, and they need some pass rushers. But they're going to be strong enough when it comes time to play the Houston Texans, especially playing them in Kansas City. That game we're going to get washed that game. We're going to get embarrassed. That's just how I feel about it. If anybody feels any different, y'all let me know. Because there's no way from a coaching standpoint we're going to win that football game because we're just not that creative. The very next week, week 7, we got what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, week 7 against the Indianapolis Colts. We're going to Indy, and I see us losing that game. I just see us taking 3 back-to-back. I see us losing 3 games in a row. I just see it. I don't see any situation right now that we are going to be able to string. And the only reason we're going to be in these games remotely is because DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson. In Indy, no, I don't have us winning that game. I have us splitting the schedule with them, so I'm kind of giving that away. and I'm always negative. I mean, you know what you can do. You can leave if you feel like that. If you feel like that, you can leave. Matter of fact, time him out. Where my mods at? Time Tyrann Mathieu out. Time him out. Yeah, special request. I don't ask for nobody to be timed out, but time him out, please. Matter of fact, you're gone. Where you at? Where you at? I can't do nothing about it right now, but one of my mods, y'all take care of him. Indy, as it stands right now, I see Indy in a situation where they're gonna be rolling around this time. I think Marlon Mack is probably gonna end up taking this game to another level. Nyheim Hines, the rookie that they drafted last season, is gonna be a major fucking problem for this team going forward for the next couple of years, especially in situations where he has to come out of the backfield and catch the ball. Because he showed us that in Indy last year in week 4. And I was saying to a couple who was watching the game along with me who happened to be Colts fans, and I told them the game wasn't over. Watch Nyheim Hines is going to shine. And sure enough, he caught 2 touchdowns against us. So it is what it is. Jaja Era, what's good? Yeah, so as it stands right now, I got us losing that game. That's, 3 games in a row that I have us losing, between week 4 and week 5. And, yeah, Darius Leonard, Ebron. Depending on who they get. And they got Jabal Sheard. They got Autry. And they got Justin Houston now. That's a recipe for disaster for the Houston Texans O-line, depending on who they get. But it won't even matter who they get because they are not going to be able to game plan against that defensive front that these guys have. Dudes are going to be able to play coverage. They're going to be able to squat down on routes the same way they were doing in the playoff game. They're going to play cover 2 the whole game and bring all the pressure they want to bring. So, yeah, it as it stands right now, that's just what I see. Yeah, and if he come back in here talking any more shit, to make sure, he gets the boot. Because I don't play no disrespect. I got us winning Oakland. I got us winning the Oakland game. It's gonna be hell for the defense because they're gonna end up having to go against AB and a couple of other guys. I'm not scared of Derek Carr at all, and that's the main reason why I have us winning this game. I just feel like he's not a quarterback that puts any fear in anybody. Sure, he can win some games, but as it stands right now, we got the better quarterback. We're going to end up having a better overall team because they still have entirely too many holes. And this defense, regardless of who they pick up, will be able to eat on a football team like the Oakland Raiders. So they do have, and the whole Justin Reed thing, I'm like, hey, man, the man is going to end up taking his game to a whole nother level if he finds a way to knock AB out of the game. Not to say, like, I want a player injured, but, like, if he can cuss this dude or he lets him know, or if they doing a whole lot of chirping, we're going to know who's running the defense when that game comes because I expect them to be going back and forth the entire game. But as it stands right now, and that game 3 days before my birthday I'm definitely got to tune in to that game. But the next game we got is against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I got us winning this game. And I got us winning this game because I just see them having some turmoil. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are probably going to end up starting off the way that they started last season, kind of quick. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat us in week 2. But as it stands, we're going to London for this game. I just see us beating them in front of this crowd. I don't think Leonard Fournette is going to pose any problem. I just think, the coaching staff, has pretty much been taken. I think O'Brien will probably be able to overtake, and I think the talent is just going to supersede and find a way to win this football game. And Deshaun Watson is probably going to be able to make a few more key plays the same way he did in the second game against the Jacksonville Jaguars last season, and I think he's only going to be able to expand on that. So I definitely have us winning both games against the Jacksonville Jaguars this season. What's going on, Jesus? The next game we got is against the Ravens. We have never won a game in Baltimore, and I think that doesn't stop. I understand the Baltimore lost a couple of guys, but they still have a tougher football team overall. They still got Jimmy Smith. They still have some pass rushers, and they have an ability to be able to draft guys and actually turn them into something down the line. They still have Brandon Williams. up front. They still have a great O line, and they got Lamar Jackson, and we do not fare well against those types of quarterbacks at all. I mean, Mariota was a problem for us. The man was, 21 or 22 last season, ran the ball against us very effectively. And at this point in the season, after the bye week, I just see us coming off, another year after a bye week, and we end up losing this football game in Baltimore. But I don't see it as a blowout. I see that game as like, it's a Tucker ends up hitting a field goal. That's like a 3-point loss. I think we'll be in the game, but as it stands right now, I have us losing that football game. The next game is in Indy, against Indy in H-Town. I see us winning this game. I see us splitting against the Indianapolis Colts, and I think the only reason why we win this football game is because we're at home. I mean, by this time, I think the Houston Texans would have tried to been finding their stride. They winning a couple of games, but coming off a loss, so I don't see them losing back-to-back at this stage of the season to a division opponent, which happens to be the Indianapolis Colts. And what is this, week 12? Week 12. So I see them taking this win, surprisingly. Next week, we have the game against the New England Patriots. This is the horrible way for the Houston Texans to start out December, because we really have not played very good December football under Bill O'Brien. December football has been horrible. October football, November football has been pretty good. But when it comes to December is not a good month. And that's really been a problem between Kubiak and Bill O'Brien. Those months do not bode well. And I just feel like this is going to be another disappointing game. Will we show some flashes? Will we be able to get some things done? Sure. Will we be able to get some pressure, an effective pressure, and make it hard for Brady at times? And will it make us look like, yeah, we can get the win? I think it'll look like we can get the win, but Bill O'Brien ultimately is going to get out schemed, out coached. And the defense, once again, the defensive secondary is going to end up letting us down the same way they have the last 2-3 seasons. Next game, I got us going up against they got us going up against the Denver Broncos. This game right here is going to be tough. Like, it's not going to be easy at all. I have us winning this game, but I think that game is really going to be a shootout. I mean, depending on who they get at quarterback is going to be a big issue. And the main reason I have us winning that game is because they don't have a quarterback. But I don't see them being in the same situations that they were last year with Case Keenum. I see them being able to have a much better running attack. Phillip Lindsay will be available this game. And they still have some viable options on the outside who can give the Houston Texans defense problems. But yet and still, I do have us winning that game, and we go 2-2 against the AFC West. As it stands right now, the next game we have is against the Tennessee Titans. I have us winning this game. Wait. This is in Tennessee. I have us losing that game. We have not played well in Tennessee the last 3 years against Tennessee in Tennessee, and I don't see that trend stopping this year. So I think because the season is going to get a little bit hectic around for the division at this point in time for the AFC South, I see the Tennessee Titans edging us out in this game. Call it what you will. I just see us splitting. The next game against the Tampa Bay Bucks, we're going to destroy the Bucks. I think that's a game we will destroy the Bucks. This is the only game where I see is going to end up being a blowout. True enough, Mike Evans is going to be a huge problem, but I don't see us having any true problems with the Bucks at any facet of the game. I don't think, unless they get a player like Ed Oliver or somebody like that, they get one of the top pass rushers in the league. And the fact that they lost Quan Alexander, that's going to be a huge problem for them. So because they don't have a tough secondary to face, and you don't have Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing 400 yards a game the way that they were doing last year, I don't really see any reason as to why we would lose this game. And we've played well against the Bucks since our inception. when you go back and go look at our history, and I only see that continuing. This will end up being the only blowout we get all season against any football team. And the last game is against the Tennessee Titans. We're gonna smoke the Titans at home. We're gonna smoke them. Like, it's going to be another 16, 17-point victory. So I'll say the last 2 games of the season, we're going to smoke these dudes. We're going to go out on a 2-game winning streak, and we're going to smoke the Titans. Point blank. That's just exactly what's going to happen. When they come to Houston, they do not play well. When they beat us in Tennessee, it's always by like 3 points. It's always a touchdown or less when they do beat us. When they beat us, they cannot beat us by double digits. The only time they beat us in double digits over the last few years was that bullshit run in Deshaun Watson's rookie season when we played in Tennessee and Derrick Henry broke that 75-yard touchdown in garbage time when the game was already over because we couldn't convert with Tom Savage. So that concludes, my thoughts on this particular this particular schedule. And as it stands right now, I want to say, hold on, let me go back to the schedule real quick because I want to go and count all of the guys because I wasn't keeping count as, I was going on. But right now, as it has, I have a sweep in the Jags. So I got us winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. We're going 6-10, fellas. Only games I could come up with. I came up with a 6-10 record. And that's pretty much what I was along the lines with. 6-10, 7-9 along this season. I could probably make a case for another game. The only other winnable game that I see us having is that Titans game, the game that we have against them in Tennessee. But as I said, man, we've not played well against Tennessee in Tennessee over the last few years. I don't know how they've been edging out games, but they have. Yeah, we lost in Baltimore. I'm not scared of Lamar Jackson, but we lose by a field goal. Yeah, I could very well see this. I got us winning games against the Patriots in Houston always. I don't know, man. I'm going to need, man, Bill O'Brien is going to have to take his coaching to a whole new level to beat Belichick. And if he beats Belichick, bro, imagine, bro, it's going to be some weird substance in the front of his pants if that game is over and we win. I just don't see him going to the podium without having fresh pants on. He's going to have a totally different set of pants on. I just feel like something's going to happen to this man. He's going to get overly excited and he's not going to be able to do a press conference. He might cry that game. That I really do. I really see if we win against if we win against the Patriots, you're going to see some guys, you're going to see some fans crying. You're going to see the coaching staff somewhere crying, and you're going to see some players crying if we beat the New England Patriots at home. That game right there will probably be one of the most pivotal games, and if we do it, we won't do it in the playoffs. That's just how I feel because we won't be in any position where they're going to end up having to travel. And they've already won 2 Super Bowls in Houston. So Houston is their house as it stands right now. That's going to be a home game for them. That's just how I feel. It's just going to be like they already know it's home. They won 2 Super Bowls at home, so why not? Undisputed got the Texans winning that game. What the fuck do they know? They got them winning what game? The Patriots game? Get out of here, bro. When did they talk about the When did they talk about the Houston Texans on Undisputed? When did this happen? You need to send me the video. I need to see that for myself because I don't believe that. You mean Skip Bayless picked the Houston Texans to beat Tom Brady? I just don't believe that, bro. Stop. Just stop it. 9-7 will win the division this year. No, the fuck it's not. Who told Josh? This video, this. I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what team, I don't know what division you think this is. While I respect your opinion, you are smoking crack if you believe that 9-7 is winning this division this year. No, that's not happening, bro. This team at the highest team at what's going on, Leonard? What's going on? 9-7 will maybe get us third in the division. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be 2 teams. 2 teams in this division will end up getting a 10-6. between a 10-6 to a 12-4 record. You can almost bank on it. One team will do that. That'll be a prediction that I'll end up making. Regardless of the team, it is going to be one team that is either going to be between 11-5 or 12-4 as the clear winner of the division. And then you're going to end up having, the Colts can very well go 12-4. You goddamn right. Yes. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yes. Did you not see their O-line last year? Bro, they got to run an attack now. All they need is some more weapons on the outside. Yes, they can go 12-4. Did you see their defense and how ferocious they played? If they add any corners, if they add they don't even need no more pass rushers. Did they get some interior pressure? And if they get another, if they run in a 3-4 and they get another inside linebacker to compensate Darius Leonard, bro, we finna get smoked. The Colts are going off. You can be a football fan, but, bro, I understand you don't like the Colts and they the coach. Yeah, whatever, bro. But give the Colts their respect, bro. Trust me, they win in this division and they winning it easy. I don't care who we draft. Okay, all right. Give me a second. Yeah, I don't care who we drafting. I don't care what's going on. Something is going to end up happening. Y'all give me a second. I got to take my little son to the restroom. Give me just a second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, Indy is different. For one, Chris Ballard is a better GM. He's actually building a team right. He's actually spending the money wisely. He's added to the depth that they already had, and they're only going to get stronger in the draft. And in case you haven't noticed, Chris Ballard knows what he's doing in the draft. It's not even a question. He's the better GM. He has the better coach. And Frank Reich is far more trill than Bill O'Brien will ever be. I understand. I respect your opinion. But just remember the other teams got to play. Bro, so the fuck what? So what? And do you know what we finna do against the NFC South? We're going to go 1-3 against them. Unless Cam Newton play, that's the only way we're going to even that up to a 2-2. That's the only other swing game besides the Titans game where we can remotely go 8-8. Unless Cam Newton does not play and unless we somehow pull off a game in Tennessee to win, that's the only way we go 8-8 this season. I've been pretty spot on with the predictions over the last few years, and trust me, this is going to be, you're going to be disappointed. Deshaun Watson is going to be in a lot of games. I don't even see this season being a situation where a lot of players are going to be they're not going to be healthy. Health, I don't even really see is going to be a problem. But this is going to be what Houston Texans fans need to get Bill O'Brien out of here. We need to go 7-9, 6-10, and we need to be in games. And he has to show that he does not have the ability to close them out or beat the teams that count in this football league. And that will be justifiable to get him out of here. That's what it's going to take. This is what I suggested a couple of weeks ago when they said, what is it going to take to get rid of Bill O'Brien? And that's exactly what it's going to take. You have to be in games. It's going to have to be a bunch of touchdown to 3-point victories. Somebody win by a dumbass, have a brain fart on the field. He doesn't coach a timeout or he's losing or something like that. He's going to be mismanaging the football team once again. And that's what it's going to take in order to get rid of him as our head football coach. We need that to happen. I don't want this team. Yeah, true enough, I want to be proven wrong. I want the team to win. I would never root against them and say I don't want the team to win. But to sit here and say that they're going to do that with this schedule that they have coming up this season, bro, I'm not that much of a fan to say that my eyes don't work. But that's the end of the video, man. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I'm getting ready to go live with Honcho, in the Rockets video. So you guys leave a comment below. Tell me how you feel. If you disagree with anything that I said, leave a comment. We can talk about it. But as it stands right now, I'm your host, Third Coast Sports TV. Talk sports, love sports, enjoy sports. And Jerry, get to me in that comment section, and I'll give you some of the guys that I think that'll be able to come in here and do a way better job than him. But yeah, that's next time, man. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit y'all up later. Y'all check me out in the sauce.